Oh, man. Forget this. My shirt is clean. I get to wear the matching duo. It's hot as balls out. I think it might rain today. That's what the weather says, but it's still hot as balls out. And this thing, say, you gotta embrace it. You gotta embrace this paired with this right here. Ooh. I'm an ice trooper. I'm so strong, I can't let you see my face. I'm also a fat ass. I'm so strong and fat. There's nothing after that. It's just a strong fat ass. That would be perfect for ice. I mean, other than like the attitude and stuff, my physique would be perfecto for ice. I'm not particularly tall, you know, 5'9.5", 5'10", 220-ish pounds, nice and round. So because of weight to height ratio, pretty sturdy. I can leave my health condition out. You healthy? Yeah, I'm healthy. Totally healthy. And how do you feel about immigrants? Don't like them. Do not like them, sir. You talking about illegals or legal immigrants? Talking about illegals. Don't like them. Oh, this was a trick question. So, anyways. Yeah, Fox News sucks. I mean, it's just like Fox News, Newsmax. I mean, just all of these conservative propaganda channels. You gotta wonder. I mean, I go through, because I'm subscribed to Newsmax, by the way. It's hard for me to like, I go through Newsmax every once in a while because I have a subscription. I've subscribed to them on, I don't ever really watch them, but let's see. Yeah, Newsmax. Well, they're broadcasting, by the way, videos. I mean, it's just like, media does not want to middle Ed Henry. DOJ Civil Rights Division probes elite medical schools. Trump, we're going to hit Iran hard today. Trump signs Secure America Act to crack down on illegals. High cost, cheap imports threaten U.S. shrimpers. Wake up, America. Despicable Senator Katie Britt lashes out at Dems cheering for Iran. Democrats create chaos to win elections. Ron Johnson. Russell Fry exposes the weaponization of the SPLC. I don't exactly know what the SPLC is. Weaponization of the SPLC. I feel like I know what it is, but I don't know what it is offhand. Scandal-ridden Plattner shows desperation of Dems. Scandal-ridden? Really? Carmelo Anthony trials showed a demonization of white men. Carmelo Anthony's spokesperson speaks out after sentencing. I thought his trial was just beginning. I thought they were just... Is that a different one that's just beginning? What the hell? I thought his trial was just starting. I thought they just finished the jury selection for his trial. Dems call Trump a Nazi while supporting Plattner in name. Yeah, see, I mean, just... Propaganda. It's so hard. And it's such a thin line between propaganda and lies that it's like, I don't know how many times a day per second really that these guys, when they're doing their stories, that they gotta be like, I mean, like, they probably have like a 5-to-1 ratio of lawyers to news anchors and staff and stuff in favor of the lawyers and legal staff and legal people. Just because, like, they gotta be like, so here's my draft of things that I'm gonna say. And then it'd be like, okay, send it to legal. They only have 3 hours to look it over. It's 4 pages. I know. Quick, send it to legal. We only have 3 hours to look over the 5 pages and cross-check it with every legal ruling. Otherwise, we can be sued by every person in the U.S. There's so many statutes we have to check. Because it's just like, I mean, the crap these guys say, it's just like I didn't use any facts in there. I just kind of typed shit up. It's like, oh, Graham Plattner is like, I heard that he was like, sexting people. So I just was like, Graham Plattner was sexting people? Oh, man, let's do this, baby. Run this by legal. They'd be like, they gave it a go. Kick ass. Be like, oh, I noticed they made some changes. Yeah, you're going to have to say allegedly like 400 times. Cheers. Goodbye me. Allegedly is like their fucking force field against fucking lawsuits or something like that. It's just, he allegedly had a knife and allegedly stabbed allegedly a bird allegedly and then allegedly. He was allegedly clam farm. I don't know what the fuck what did Graham do? I just read that thing on Shrimper, so I want to say Shrimper, but he's not a Shrimper. He's like a clam farmer or some shit like that. Clam harvester? I don't know what the fuck he did. Whew. Man, it is hot without the fan and wearing a hat and a shirt. Wearing this fucking costume in this apartment that's all hot. I'd rather my costume be me naked, but, you know, we haven't reached that level of human enlightenment yet, so. Oh well. Whew. So I was also thinking, wouldn't it be interesting if, hold on a second. Oh, come on, you bloody git. No more normals. Wouldn't it be interesting if this whole garbage turns out to be like the end of the Republican Party? Like this is like the turning point where like the Republican Party is just like dies. You know? And like it splits into like, I don't know what it ends up being called, but the American Nationalist Party, which is basically like it is what it's gonna be, you know, like the racists, like the out and out like die in the wool fucking racists, and like the kind of super hardcore capitalist kind of like the 1958 to 1971 pre-Reagan conservatives, that chunk of time where conservatives were like all about the philosophy of economic conservatism without any kind of, you know, hardcore hyper Reagan kind of that shit, where it was like we believe in whatever the fuck it was. I don't know. I wasn't alive then. I wasn't even a sperm or an egg yet. So, you know, don't look to me for all that shit. But it was, you know, that kind of stuff. Conservatism that isn't embroiled in any kind of cultural aspects. It's just trying to say, this conservatism that is kind of trying to say a little bit of, hold on, things are pretty good now. If you're going to change things, let's take a little time and analyze what we're doing from a kind of objective, rational point of view and make sure it doesn't fuck things up. And that sort of thing. But in order to get to that point, I would argue, everything has to get unfucked. In order for that brand of conservatism to even be applicable as a political theory and applicable as a message, things have to get unfucked. We have to arrive at a societal position where I would argue everyone takes a look on the internet and you look at Maslow's hierarchy of needs. I will reference this as much as you need to, everyone needs to go out and reference it. Maslow's hierarchy of needs. It's a great summation of shit. Puts it very clearly and concisely. And essentially the first, I don't know, 2, maybe 3 levels. Definitely the first 2 levels. You get the first 2 levels for everybody. You're pretty much good to go. Maybe the 3rd level, I can't quite remember how many levels there are, but hold on. Let me just look at it. Okay, so yeah, there it is. The first 2 levels. Especially the first level. The first level, physiological needs. Food, water, warmth, and rest. I would argue physiological needs are the modern physiological needs the first 2 are needs. I would lump a lot more stuff into there than are explicitly stated, but in there it says food, water, warmth, rest, and then on the second tier it says security, safety. So think of that whatever you will. I say water, air, housing, healthcare, education, electricity, internet nowadays, preferably free and secure internet that is, we can get onto that. I mean free internet in the way that it's free in cost and free in the way others talk about free internet too. But yeah, and I'm really radical in terms of my leftiness. I think there needs to be free housing too. So, like I said, I'm really radical. Not huge, not like everybody gets their 4-story house, everybody having a mansion, but everybody having a place to live, especially if you're just alone. Why can't everybody just have a studio apartment? I think we can manage that nowadays, all across the fucking world. Yeah, those 2 basic levels of the pyramid, and then the next 1 level, intimate relationship, friends. I don't see any way the government can mandate that. Everybody must have an intimate relation and a friend. You, make a friend. That's just not possible. Next level above that, prestige and feeling of accomplishment. Again, that's just not going to happen. You need to take care of that yourself. And then the top of the pyramid is self-actualization, achieving one's full potential, including creative activities. Yeah. But the first 2 I completely think that we have the ability to create society that fulfills those two without bankrupting and upending everything. And, you know, destroying everything and saying, oh, well, nobody's going to work and all these things. Yeah, you think nobody's going to work because you have a lack of vision. You just have a total lack of vision. That's all. That's all it is. That's all it is. I'm sorry. You're ignorant and you're stupid. So you have two of the qualities that of a person that I don't want to work with. But I will work with you because very quickly you will see that you're wrong. So. And you will like working in a world where you only have to work well, less. I don't know. The workday will quickly descend in hours worked. Well, maybe not the work day, the work week will quickly descend in hours worked. Mandatory hours worked, especially. Hold on. Yeah, it's pretty cooking in here right now. What am I doing? Hold on, I'll be back again. Now I can't remember where I was. My memory is messed up. Oh well, whatever. I was talking about, I have a Fox News thing. Yeah, man, nothing. And that's what I was talking about. Oh, sorry, I'm scratching my balls. Yeah, I don't know. I wonder if the Republican Party will, essentially fade, maybe splinter off into two splinter groups. For the longest time, America, when it started out, and for a very long time, for like 100 years or something like that, there were not really two. Let me say this right. It took a while for two political parties to really kind of settle. There were two main parties, but they didn't exterminate every other party. There were other political parties. It was like two parties had like 35 to 40% each, and then there were other parties that held actual little power. And because there were other political parties that held some seats in the federal government and other positions in state government stuff, that kind of made things kind of moderate out, basically. So I wonder if maybe that'll happen with the Republican Party, if it'll kind of splinter out between two groups. A wow level racist kind of thing, like yikes, and the Republican Party that's much more palatable to conservatives, that's like, we aren't with those guys. And those Republicans will be forced to be like, yeah, we kind of actually do agree with you lefties on some things. The racists will be like, no, we're not voting for that. I'm like, no. I don't care if your policies give us good jobs. It don't matter. You got black people in there. The only policy we'll vote for is if you shoot black people in the face. That's it. The only policy we are interested in is white people here, everyone else. I don't care. Otherwise, anywhere other than here. It can be in the ocean or it can be on land as long as it's not America. And the other Republicans will be like I said, we're not with them. And the other, maybe it'll still be called Democrats. I don't know. We'll have to see where the dust settles on the left side of the party, of the political spectrum. They'll be like, well, we got this. Since we're essentially unified here now, we got this universal health care thing. And we can pass it without any of you, so right here. And we got like 65-70% of the population and the House, Senate, and we got a president now. Like, we don't need any of you. Any of you. So, like, we're just going to do some stuff. And fuck off. Hopefully, basically, that's how it's going to go. It's like enough people are going to go and temporarily align with the correct side of history. I said correct, not left, because they'll probably wander back over to the wrong side. Once they're like, well, my grandpappy, these people always like to invoke their fucking forefathers. Like, my forefather fought for General Lee. It's like, alrighty. But one, they lost, and two, they probably were starving to shit by the end of that. And they were like, yeah, General Lee is all great and stuff, but all them motherfuckers suck at feeding us. Yeah. You know how I can tell they suck at feeding us? Because 3 miles away is the Union line, and I can see like the lights and the fires and stuff, and I can smell the food that they have over there. And we are eating the grass on the ground, and it ain't good grass either. You know how I know it's not good grass? I'm mixing dirt in with it. That's how I know it's not good grass. Yeah. Dirt. So, what are we going to do here? Oh, we're going to keep fighting? Yeah, that's right. I'm going to keep fighting for my 40 slaves. Oh, that's right. I have none. Oh, Southern Heritage. Oh, yeah, that's a great reason to keep fighting. Let's just go down the list. Pride. Oh, pride. Pride in an empty sack is worth an empty sack. What else you got for me, fuckhead? Oh, states' rights. Yeah, the old line, states' rights. How about states' rights to attack somebody else first? Yeah, that's states' rights. How do you like those states' rights? Who started this shit? We're gonna finish it, motherfucker. Actually, my dad's from Alabama, so. Uh, Still fucking hot down here. Oof. I don't know what the hell else there is to that. Oof. Alright. Whatever. I don't know what I said. It's just me thinking while I'm playing a game. Me mumbling to myself. Pause. I'm just finishing watching Fox News attacks Kyle and it backfires spectacularly. Kyle's just bitching that he's not getting any hate love from Fox News. And he finally, they said something. It's like the second time they mentioned him on Fox News. Or whatever. So that's it for this. And whatever the hell this video was, I don't even know. Like I said, I think it was just me. No, that was the other one, me bitching about Trump jacking up the White House. I guess it's just me rambling. Yeah, rambling while I'm talking about. Rambling while I'm. Yikes. Playing D game. Talking about, how Fox News is messed up and conservatism sucks. Kind of usual stuff. So, anyways, tax rich and he kept rich. And tax wealth not work. There you go. Boobs. Read it, love it, know it, internalize it. Man, I'm gonna have the fan on me right now. Peace out.